weather on NBC 10 Boston, Boston's most accurate forecast.
All right, let's head outside this morning right now. Take a look at the city. As you can see, it is cloudy out there. A lot of folks, because it's Thursday, it's the way the world works, I'm assuming a lot of folks might already be kicking off their Memorial Day weekend, right?
Yeah, hitting the roads and headed to Logan Airport. So, Pamela, we've got rain on the way. I can see all that red behind you. What does this mean for travelers?
Yeah, just highlighting that we got to keep an eye on the sky today. And if you're flying in or out of Logan Airport, there's the potential for some delays, especially depending on where the plane is coming from. We have storms that are encompassing much of New England, the eastern and southern half, all the way down to New York City and even to D.C. across Philly. So it's been a very active morning already. And now through 4 o'clock is where we anticipate an isolated threat still for damaging wind or hail across much of southern New England, and this includes the Boston area too. A couple more hours, and according to radar trends, so far we've been okay here in greater Boston, but down to the south, this was the storm I was watching, and I pointed that out to you just a few minutes ago. This storm has a potential in Connecticut to produce some damaging wind and hail, but so far we're avoiding the worst case here, any warnings in particular around Boston or Massachusetts. We have a cluster of thunderstorms around Fall River, New Bedford, nothing warned at this moment. However, some small hailstones are possible embedded within this red showing up on radar. Tons and tons of cloud to ground lightning strikes as well. It's very loud, and there's some really heavy rain too. New Bedford, you're picking up 2 to 4 inch rainfall rates per hour right along I-95, right along Route 6, and this along the south coast. I put on the hail parameters too as this changes back and forth as well, and it looks like upwards of penny-sized hail possible across Fall River, New Bedford, staying south of Fall River, across back towards Narragansett Bay. So that storm that now has a severe thunderstorm warning, that's actually heading slightly north and east at about 30 to 40 miles an hour. And if it holds together, stays in the same direction, I expect it to move into Attleboro, Massachusetts at about 12:15, Taunton just before 12:30. Damaging winds possible, 60 miles an hour, quarter-size hail. The heavy rain, the lightning with any storm that moves through today. But after we get through the next few hours, we're done. This is all associated with the cold front that's moving through. And once it gets by, we're done with the storms. Tonight into tomorrow, refreshing air and a totally different air mass will be in place. So we'll get through it all together here. 11:45, there you see the radars matching with what we're experiencing. And by 12:45, putting some of those storms around Plymouth, around the Outer Cape, as well as a lot of showers and storms across Rhode Island. Boston, so far, we're going to avoid anything until after noontime today. So 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, things start to ramp up a bit. Worcester, Framingham, there could be a rogue thunderstorm for you too, but it looks like a lot of the action stays across southeastern Massachusetts for this afternoon. Sneaky part is some forecast models are bringing a chance for an isolated pop-up storm or shower for those who can see a recovering air mass very quickly. If we see sunshine across parts of the Merrimack Valley, then that can help to trigger a couple of rogue thunderstorms still prior to sunset, and then everything fizzles out later tonight. So keep an eye on the sky. That's the best advice. Have a way to get weather alerts or warnings on your phone as you're on the go. Temperatures right now in the 70s, 60s, where you have some rain, cool air, and it's very soupy. High temps today managed to get into the 80s. Tonight we're calming things down, drying off, 61 for the low. Tomorrow we're back in the 80s with full sunshine. But the air mass is totally different. No rain expected unless you're across the south coast, Cape and Islands. Early in the day, there's still the potential for an isolated storm early in the morning. The rest of us were dry. And we're comfortable. Dew points, the humidity, gone for the time being. Sunday into Monday, then, we have a chance for some showers. It gets unsettled as we lead towards the second part of Memorial Day weekend.